Should be live. You check on your phone.
All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Shalom, Todd, Akim, out there pushing the word of sincerity and the truth. Brothers from Great Millstone Atlanta, we're going to go into this topic, America shifting in power. You know, we're in the midst of basically the presidential election, you know, and this is, you know, a major shift, you know, whether Trump actually, you know, stays in his position of power or Biden actually, you know, supersedes Trump and actually takes him, you know, takes him down basically and becomes the new standing president, you know, the POTUS. You know, and you see one thing that just happened, if I'm not mistaken, it was yesterday. It speaks about Oregon decriminalizing, being the first state to decriminalize harsh sentences of cocaine and heroin. You know, and what is that doing? That's really exciting the spirit of America. You know, on drugs, actually desensitizing. Basically their action on drugs, because what the Democrats are, you know, they're less severe, so to speak, in certain cases, and they look to preserve the, you know, the rights for the people more so to speak. You see, but hey, the Democrats actually were advocates of slavery.
Yeah.
You know, but Jake doesn't go back to the origins of the founding fathers and all these different individuals and see how each and every president had a certain plan that helped further keep you Jakes in bondage. And this, like I said, presidential debate is evidence of such. You know, and you had what I'm thinking over 90 million, probably in 100 million now. Actually, Americans actually voted.
Yeah.
So a lot of people put their concerted effort to push for, you know, and it was a lot of blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, to push for this American agenda to go forward, you know, and what they trusted in the policies that these men have, you know, so-called committed to, and watch when these devils get, you know, whatever devil actually gets their position for this next 4 years, it's gonna be nothing but havoc, man. So you had
Revelation 12.
Yeah, Revelation 12.
God, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. It says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea."
Yeah, woe is represents destruction. Destruction to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. The sea represents people. Although the sea itself is subject to even being destroyed by the inhabitants of the earth too. You know, because what's the major thing? All kind of plastic, you know, that's all throughout the sea. You know, changing the pH.
Yeah, oil.
Yeah, oil and all the oil spills and all these different chemical plants that surround the sea. You know, just basically killing off the earth itself. Keep going.
It says, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down into you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time."
Yeah, who is the devil? The so-called white man. He knows that he has but a short time.
Yeah.
You know, they're counting their days. Some of them feel like their numbers is finished. You know, they're the end of America. That's why a lot of these different presidents, what do they have? They have presidential bunkers, just in case there were a nuclear fallout. You know, nuclear missile were to hit. They have the, you know, certain residences where they have the durability that's close to where they actually lay their heads, so to speak, and they can always reside there and live there for an extended amount of time, you know, in case of, you know, something like that were to happen. And all these different presidents have that.
Yeah.
There's not a president or a leader, a true leader, you know, that doesn't have a secondary residence underground, you know, underground, so to speak. They call them underground bunkers, you know.
Trump went to his during the riots, you know. when the riots were outbreaking because of the killing of I believe that was George Floyd. You know, they went to the protesters and rioters went in front of the White House, and Trump fled to an underground bunker, man.
Mm-hmm. You see? But keep going. But that shows you that and the devil is gonna come down with you with great wrath. You know, and they're speaking about what lightening like Biden. One of his things is what lightening the police aggression. You know, basically police reformations, prison reformations. You know, basically lightening the sentencing of drugs. That's why Oregon was one of the first to push. Hey, he might potentially be the president. Hey, in the next coming hours, it might be a shift. You know, it might be Trump, but it might be Biden.
Mm-hmm.
But either or, this does not actually benefit you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans in the slightest way imaginable.
Mm-hmm.
This system was designed to break you down, and all of us, including us, we Israelites too. We have been subject to this system, which is oppression. America means bitter.
Mm-hmm.
This is the epicenter of depression, of sickness. They so-called have the best medical industry, and they want to, lower the cost rate for drugs. But these drugs are killing people. And why are so many people so sick in this location? That they have to run for drugs. And this place has the best. They claim they have the best food. They claim they have the best this, the best that.
Mm-hmm.
But all these people are becoming inherently sick. That's just one of most things. They're gonna actually start pulling the rug, man.
Yeah.
This vaccination is something that's finna be stamped down in history. Read that over.
Revelation 12:12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time.
You get that Daniel 25. You want to say that?
Yeah, if I could just add really quickly, just going to the topic of the lesson, Satan or the devil, which in the physical form is the so-called white man, going into the shifting of the power is going to come down on the Israelites, man. Pursuant to what Jeremiah 30:7, which is called Jacob's trouble, man.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Daniel 8:25. It says, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
Yeah, see, and through his policy, go up a couple verses. Whose policy? Go through 21.
21. Daniel 8:21. And the rough goat is the king of Grecia.
Yeah, and who was the king of Grecia at that time? Alexander the Great.
Yeah.
Which he took down the Persians from the state of Darius III, the war that they actually had, and he proceeded to be the king and a ruler at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the white man's notion? History started with the Greeks. That was really the beginning, basically the resurrection of Esau and the time of ancient, so to speak. Because prior to that, they didn't really have no real standing rulership. They had you had the time of Edom, where they were a nation, but they had to side with the Babylonians to try to take us down. When you read Psalms 137 chapter, it speaks about race it, the children of Edom. But they weren't the major king. Mizraim, really, a lot of those Egyptians and those Hamites, they ran the dominance of which I was watching this Black Conscience. Then he spoke about this guy, Dr. Reggie. You probably don't know about him in the Black Conscience community. But he older Jake in the Black Conscience. He was speaking about the Israelites. Then he's saying, basically how we were in captivity, and with the Egyptians, and then we ran to another captivity. He trying to refute the Bible. We ran to Moses led us to where other Hamites were at. Well, of course. That's why we fought for that land.
Mm-hmm.
You see, everybody has something to, opinion with this truth. And that's why they divert and actually go and represent these other powers and try to actually go, like these different kings and presidents, or religion, or education, they trust in these things to actually get them through, which it doesn't. Read that.
Daniel 8:21. And the rough goat is the king of Grecia, and the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king.
Yep.
Now that being broken, whereas 4 stood up for it, 4 kingdoms shall stand up out of the nation, but not in his power.
Yep.
And in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressions are come to the full.
Yeah, and those 4 kings was Lacemaicus,
Ptolemy,
Cassander, Ptolemy,
and Seleucus.
Seleucus Nicanor, the first. You got it.
Okay, it says, so like in verse 23, and the latter time of their kingdom when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understand dark sentences shall stand up, and his power shall be mighty, not by his own power, and he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper, and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand.
Yeah, see, through his policy also he shall have craft to prosper in his hand. And when you go into presidential policy, it was all for craft to prosper in these Edomites' hand. I was watching it was I forget the exact site, but they was basically saying how the United States took over Hawaii, and what was it through? Policy. They came in as residents, and then they started to really get their hands in certain parts of the place, and they got to the point where they actually took the Hawaiian flag down, and they banned them. They banned them from actually speaking the Hawaiian tongue. They cut that whole culture out. And they actually imposed theirs and put it as what? That's policy.
Yeah, it's policy.
To ban something, to actually structure.
Enforce your culture on another culture.
Enforce your culture on another culture. And that's why this place is still standing as the US of A. When the US of A was founded, it was founded on keeping you Jakes at the bottom, and you Jakes gonna stay at the bottom. No matter if it's a black woman that's a vice president, all these things. Hey, Eve was the scriptures speak about Eve, being the beginning of sin. But see, Jake looks at that and they think that's the way to go, when it's a no-no, Jack.
Continuing on, it says, through his policy he shall cause crafts to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. And by peace shall he destroy many.
And by peace shall he destroy many. So it's a way that these politicians come about it, go about it through their policy.
Yeah.
Whether the Senate, the House of Representatives, the Democrats, the Speaker of the House, all these different executives, the Supreme Court, that's why one of the main things that's talked about is the Roe versus Wade.
No, yeah.
With the abortion. And you see the Democrats, they really are pro-abortion. The Republicans basically try to push against abortion. And it's basically two heads, like we always speak about, two feathers on or 2 wings on the same dirty bird.
Yeah.
The left wing, the right wing.
Yeah.
You need 2 wings to fly. They're flying together. This is not a Republican base. That's why you have red, white, and blue. The red, the white, and blue is together. They are opposed on different sides. You have one side which is red. What do you say? The left and the right. But it's still, that's the flag of America.
Yeah.
And you, Jake, get caught up in that, not knowing your true nationality, and you're trying to fight for this flag in this system to go on. This is the Matrix, man.
Quick piece of it.
You got it.
Psalms 55:21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart.
Yeah, Esau's good at buttering you up. Like Sleepy Joe, you see how you butter up them little kids?
Yeah.
He's really good at buttering up. Trump, he's more so forward, so a lot of people actually, pissed with his sentiments with certain things, and his underhandedness, because he's like a plain Jane. He's like he said like he get drunk and gamble a lot. He just got that disposition. I'm not saying that's true, but he just got that, disposition. Just fucking drunk, get drunk and fall on his face. Just a shabby businessman. But see, a lot of people buy into Biden because what? He's like one of the last remaining devils that people could trust in.
That's why a lot of people who vote for Biden, especially, our people, saying they vote for the lesser evil. Because they know, our people know that the white man is wicked, man. They know, but they don't see the bigger picture of it. It's a bigger picture than just voting for a lesser evil Edomite man or white man.
You get Isaiah 10. That was the end of that.
It's just a little bit more. It says, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawing swords.
So he may come from a soft position, like he's doing what's right for the American people. But these devils don't know what's right for the... Look, it's not even about the American people. This thing is about nationality. It's about really the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah rested on a certain people that this world rightfully belongs to. And that's not from a position of biasness. It's what the scriptures say. It's supposed to be a Bible, God-fearing book or nation. Why don't they do the things that the Lord said? They're not really pushing, for the redemption of blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You're buried deep in the system. That's why it's known as a pit. And you don't even see how deep you are in this hole. These different individuals are, pushing for certain reformations, not knowing like, you have been cut to the bottom. You're not even supposed to be this low.
Yeah.
But Jake is looking for what? If they could get a little bit higher in the pit.
Yeah.
So
40 acres and the mule.
So they can see the sunlight.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're not shining at all. This is a white man's system. This is a white man's world, man. Whether you're middle class, it don't matter if you're a rich Jake, man. You gotta see that.
This is Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
And what's the decrees? The policy. All the things that these different presidents and these different representatives actually push for. Like I said, they'll never tell you your nationality. What's some of the big things they just now recently was speaking about in Virginia, them actually teaching basically true history. They said it, the rougher parts of history. So they've been giving you a sentiment that they made you believe. They basically were rocking you to sleep.
Recently, I believe it was either 2019 or early 2020 that they banned lynching in America. Recently.
Yeah.
You
better say you get a Michael 2 and 10 too.
I think
recently. What is this white man teaching? Parts of his system. Even the banking, he doesn't teaching you the deception of this currency being a fiat currency from the medical. It's a statement where it's a bad statement. I read it before. I don't know if you recall it. I'm gonna see if for the viewers, I'm gonna type it in. It's a quote. It's everything is upside down. Well, basically they were saying the medical industry is supposed to take care of you, but they keep you sick. The science teaches you lies, But I'm Lord willing, if I can find it, you go.
This is Micah chapter 2 and verse 10.
You can bring it down.
It says, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." And when the scriptures say "arise ye and depart," it's not speaking about physically leaving America, man. It's spiritually. The scriptures, I believe it's 1 John 2 and 15 said, "If any man love the world, then the love of my Father is not in him." So the scripture is saying spiritually leave this place, man. Separate yourself from the things of this world, such as voting. You know, our vote is casted for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, not Joe Biden or Donald Trump.
That's right.
You know?
And I got the quote. It says, everything is backwards, everything is upside down. Doctors destroy health, lawyers destroy justice, psychiatrists destroy minds, scientists destroy truth, major media destroys information, religions destroy spirituality, and governments destroy freedom. And that's 100% truth. You know, what you think these bodies of people are, they're actually the exact opposite. That's why this is what the mistress of witchcraft. And it tells you in Isaiah 29:6, surely the turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. This whole place is upside down. That which is crooked should not be made straight. We can't look at this place like it's going to be straight. But see, Jake still is trying to, you know, straighten out a system that was never straight from the beginning. This man came and killed people and took their heritage. And how much is Native Americans actually getting nationally? You know, they're some of the most suffer. You know, they suffer, you know, damn near the worst in a country that is theirs. That they have ownership. Same thing with the Latinos. You know, because hell, Texas is really a part of Mexico.
Yeah.
You got a lot of those Mexicans being oppressed there. You said you had something?
Yeah, I had a quick one in Habakkuk. It's Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
Yeah, this devil ain't right. This white man's heart or his mind is not right.
Yeah.
There's no way of cutting it, trying to, you know, see, Jake tries to look from the devil's eyes, and you try to look from a rich person's standpoint, a billionaire, but you got to understand Trump, or you got to understand him, or you got to understand him. We're not supposed to understand these individuals at all.
If that was the case, voting, you know, for these devils wouldn't be as big of a deal as it is. Because all of the times that you voted before, change should have happened.
Change should have happened.
You know, you shouldn't be in the situation that you're in now, man. What happened with Barack Obama? For the black people. You know, what happened? Nothing, man.
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. You know, voting in 2020 wouldn't be as big of a deal as it is right now if voting was the right way to go, man.
Yeah, and going back to the law, you're not even supposed to be voting for, you know, choosing another nation to represent you, to be over you. You individual that's giving your ballot is basically giving a piece of your soul to your ruler. That's the purpose of the ritual of voting. You know, you're writing everybody signing, giving their address up, giving everything up. You know, for this individual to rule over.
Yeah. Even not the president choose none of his ways.
And not the person neither choose none of his ways.
Yep. It says, verse 4, Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Yeah, but the just shall live by his faith. And this is a time where we got to have soul, purely faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. No other power, no other entity. Nothing is going to be able to redeem us like the Spirit of the Lord. And we have to believe that unto the end. As it is written, he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved.
That's right.
That was last precept?
Yeah, that was pretty much the point I wanted to get. You wanted me to grab something?
But that's really the main thing, you know, through the Spirit. Yeah, we just wanted to, you know, really push that in the Spirit, you know, really just showing this place is shifting, man. You know, it's moving, and you got to be able to move with it. That's where adaptation comes in at. You know, having your head on a swivel, knowing how to move in this system, because what? Scripture says what? Be wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove. And a serpent or a snake is known through wise movements, wise judgments.
Yeah.
So we have to be
ignorant of Satan's devices.
And be not ignorant of Satan's devices. So we have to develop what? Wisdom. You know, as it is written, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of their times. So we want to end it by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rachak Kodash.
Everyone to the Apostle, Elder Great Millstone. Shalom.
Shalom.